In the rugged terrain of southern Chile, an enigma lingers among the towering peaks and dense forests. A mystery that has spanned continents and decades, remaining unsolved to this day. The heart of this mystery is a man named Boris Weisfeiler, a name that has become synonymous with the quest for truth and justice. Boris was not your average explorer. He was an esteemed mathematician pioneering in his field, a man with a razor-sharp intellect. His passion, however, extended beyond the confines of academia. Boris had a deep love for the great outdoors, a passion that led him to the remote wilderness of southern Chile. It was here, amidst the breathtaking vistas and rugged mountain trails, that Boris would embark on his final, fateful journey. January of 1985, Boris set off on a solo hiking expedition. An experienced hiker, he had navigated treacherous terrains across the globe. Yet the wilderness of Chile was unlike anything he had ever encountered. Its beauty was untamed, its terrain unforgiving. As days turned into weeks, Boris's family grew increasingly worried. Their fears were realized when Boris didn't return from his hike. He had vanished, seemingly swallowed by the very wilderness he had set out to explore. His disappearance sent shockwaves across the globe. A frantic search was launched, with teams combing the vast wilderness, hoping against hope to find some trace of the missing mathematician. Yet all their efforts were in vain. No trace of Boris was ever found. The Chilean wilderness had claimed a victim, leaving behind a trail of questions and a family grappling with the painful reality of their loss. As the years rolled on, Boris's disappearance grew more and more enigmatic. Was it an unfortunate accident? A case of being at the wrong place at the wrong time? Or was there something more sinister at play? Theories abound, but the truth remains elusive. His disappearance would spark a decades-long quest for answers and justice, a quest that continues today, fueled by the relentless determination of those who loved him, and the countless others who seek to uncover the truth about Chile's dark past. Boris was a kind and gentle soul, passionate about mathematics and the beauty of nature. His spirit was as vast as the landscapes he loved to explore, his intellect as profound as the equations he unraveled. Boris was not just a mathematician. He was a dreamer, a wanderer, a lover of life's mysteries. Now imagine a world where that vibrant spirit is abruptly extinguished, where the laughter, the brilliance, the warmth of a loved one simply vanishes. Boris Weisfeiler was not just a statistic in the annals of the disappeared. He was a brother, a friend, a mentor, a beacon of light in the lives of those who knew him. His sister Olga recalls the last time they spoke. He was so excited about his trip to Chile. He had this childlike wonder about the world that was infectious. I remember him talking about the mountains, the rivers, the untouched wilderness. Little did we know that this would be his last adventure. And then there's his colleague John, who reminisces about Boris's passion for mathematics. Boris was a genius, no doubt about it. But more than that, he had this ability to make complex concepts accessible. He didn't just solve equations, he painted pictures with numbers. But perhaps the most poignant perspective comes from his daughter, Elena. My father was my hero. He taught me to question, to explore, to dream. When he disappeared, it felt like a part of me disappeared with him. I've spent years trying to understand what happened, why he was taken from us, but the answers remain elusive. The echoes of Boris's life resonate in these personal narratives. His disappearance has left a void that cannot be filled, a puzzle that remains unsolved. His loved ones grapple with the anguish of not knowing, the torment of what-ifs, the injustice of a life cut short. His disappearance shattered our lives and left us with more questions than answers. Tragically, the story of Boris Weisfeiler is not unique. It is a chilling testament to the countless lives disrupted and destroyed amid the shadows of Chile's dark past. The case of Boris Weisfeiler is emblematic of the human rights abuses that occurred during Chile's dark days of dictatorship. This statement, profound in its gravity, sets the stage for our exploration into the broader implications borne by Boris's disappearance. When we delve into the annals of Chilean history, we encounter a period marked by the iron fist of dictatorship. Under General Augusto Pinochet's rule, a chilling era of human rights violations unfolded. Thousands of individuals, just like Boris, disappeared, their fates shrouded in a cloak of silence and impunity. These people were mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, friends and colleagues. They were individuals with dreams, aspirations, and lives that were abruptly and inexplicably halted. Boris's disappearance serves as a stark reminder of these lives lost, these stories untold, these voices silenced. Human rights advocates tirelessly labor to shed light on these tales of injustice. One such advocate shares, "Boris's case is not isolated. It's a reflection of the systemic human rights violations that took place during Pinochet's regime. His story is a symbol, a sobering representation of the countless others who suffered a similar fate." Another adds, "The disturbing circumstances surrounding Boris's disappearance are a mirror held up to the face of Chile's past, a past that we must confront if we are to move forward as a nation." Weisfeiler's story, while heartbreaking, is instrumental in our understanding of the larger picture. It forces us to grapple with the harsh realities of a time when basic human rights were trampled upon with impunity. It highlights the urgent need for justice, not just for Boris, but for the thousands of others whose lives were irrevocably altered by the dictatorship. His disappearance symbolizes the thousands of others who vanished without a trace under Pinochet's regime. This enduring symbol of injustice continues to fuel the relentless pursuit for truth, accountability, and ultimately justice. It's a symbol that serves as a constant reminder of the past, a past that we must remember in our quest for a future where such atrocities are never repeated. Despite years of investigation and international pressure, the truth about Boris Weisfeiler's fate remains elusive. An enigma shrouded in the mysteries of a nation's turbulent past, and a stark reminder of the dire cost of silence and impunity. Weisfeiler's case has seen numerous twists and turns over the years. Investigators, journalists, and human rights activists across the globe have sifted through countless documents, testimonies, and leads, yet the conclusive truth seems to always be just out of reach. The search for answers continues, as enduring as the memory of Boris himself. The role of Chilean authorities in this saga has been a subject of intense scrutiny. Accusations of cover-ups, bureaucratic roadblocks, and lack of cooperation have marred the investigation, further complicating the quest for truth. While some officials have been cooperative, the overall response has been one of reluctance and evasion. Despite this, Boris's family and supporters remain undeterred. Their unwavering determination is a testament to their love for Boris and their commitment to justice. They continue to push for a full and transparent investigation into his disappearance, unwilling to let his story fade into oblivion. Yet, the case of Boris Weisfeiler is not just about one man's disappearance. It's a symbol of a broader issue, a dark legacy that Chile continues to grapple with. The era of dictatorship under Pinochet was marked by widespread human rights abuses, including forced disappearances and torture. Thousands vanished without a trace, their families left to wonder and mourn in silence. The impunity surrounding these crimes is a festering wound in the heart of Chilean society, a constant reminder of a past that refuses to be forgotten. Boris's case, like many others, remains unsolved, a chilling testament to the power of silence and the cost of impunity. The circumstances of his disappearance raise troubling questions about the role of Chilean authorities and the legacy of impunity that still haunts the country. The quest for truth continues, fueled by the hope that one day, justice will be served, and the haunting echoes of the past will finally be silenced. The case of Boris Weisfeiler highlights the need for accountability and justice for the victims of human rights abuses in Chile. As we delve deeper into Boris Weisfeiler's mysterious disappearance, a haunting echo of Chile's dark past, we are reminded of the broader implications for the society. His case, like many others, is a stark reminder of a time when freedoms were curtailed, voices silenced, and lives deemed dispensable. Legal expert, Boris's case is not an isolated incident. It's a representation of the many who vanished, their stories buried under the rubble of dictatorship. Their voices, though silenced, still resonate, demanding justice. The pursuit of justice for Boris Weisfeiler is not merely about finding closure for one family. It's about confronting a troubled past and seeking truth and reconciliation for a nation. It's about acknowledging the pain and suffering inflicted during a dark era and ensuring such atrocities never repeat. Human rights advocate. The quest for justice is a collective responsibility. It's about ensuring that those who were wronged are recognized, their stories heard, and their rights upheld. It's about standing up against impunity, challenging the status quo, and advocating for a future where human rights are respected and protected. In the face of daunting challenges, the resilience and determination of those seeking justice for Boris Weisfeiler and others are inspiring. Their relentless pursuit of truth is a testament to the indomitable human spirit. Legal expert. The road to justice may be long and fraught with obstacles, but it's a journey we must undertake. For Boris, for the countless others, and for the future of Chile. As we remember Boris Weisfeiler, we are reminded not only of a life tragically cut short, but also of a legacy of resilience and a quest for justice that continues to inspire. It's a reminder that the pursuit of truth and reconciliation is essential for healing the wounds of the past and building a more just society.